News bulletin at 6 p.m. from our studio located on the John Evans Samuels High Street in Accra, precisely the Bishop's Court. My name is Anastasia Baddoo. These are top stories for tonight. President Senator Adoa has said that Africa as a continent can only develop if democratic rule and peaceful transition of power is encouraged. Convener for the Fixed Country Movement, Mr. Oliver Bakavomawo, has been granted a 2 million Ghana cedis bail today. Now, the family of young Gabriel Kudonyamicha say a thunderous thank you to you, our cherished viewers, for your donations towards little Gabby's successful hole-in-heart surgery. And in business, the Institute for Energy Security is urging government to fast-track intervention to cushion fuel consumers as prices keep surging. And finally, in sports, the Babayara Sports Stadium in Kumasi has been confirmed as the pitch for the Ghana-Nigeria World Cup qualifier playoffs. Some will be coming up shortly in this bulletin. Is streaming live on Facebook, Adoa TV Ghana, YouTube, Adoa TV GH. You can also watch Anastasia Baddoo and to the principal story for tonight. Following the recent unconstitutional change in power in the West African sub-region, President Akufo-Addo, chair of the ECOWAS, said Africa as a continent can only develop if democratic rule is encouraged. He made this known at the just-ended AU summit held here in Accra.
Unconstitutional changes in governments in Africa. The significant interest in this forum is an indication of the unequivocal, unwavering commitment to constitutionalism and the rule of law, and the outright rejection of all forms and manifestations of unconstitutional changes in governments in Africa, as well as of the manipulation of national constitutions. Our unity and resolve should send a clear message to coup plotters that coups have never been and will never be durable solutions to Africa's political, economic, and security challenges. Consequently, African peoples have paid a steep price for efforts by leaders to circumvent constitutional term limits. Upwards of 90% of the 24 countries that either lack term limits or circumvented them experience various levels of civil unrest and political instability, including coups d'etats. The continent's democratic progress is threatened by such events. According to the 2019 Annual Risk of Coup Report, Africa has experienced more coups d'etats than any other continent, an unsavory statistic. Also, 30% of all coup attempts on the continent have occurred in democracies. With the array of governance and security experts gathered here today to deliberate on the issue, with a view to contextualizing the root causes and formulating appropriate responses, I have no doubt that this forum will live up to expectations. We should be guided by the principles of fair and equal application of our rules. I'm looking forward to receiving the Outcome Accra Declaration document, including key recommendations on the way forward. Ladies and gentlemen, we do not have to look far back into history to see that a stable period of constitutional government and intelligent management of the economy leads to prosperity. I believe in Africa's immense potential for greatness. I believe the stable democracies in Africa can help unleash energies of the African peoples to inspire the transformation of the continent. This can be Africa's century. We can claim it if we believe in ourselves and in our peoples. Accordingly, ladies and gentlemen, I declare the AU Peace and Security Council Forum on Unconstitutional Changes of Government duly open.
The Tema High Court has granted Fix the Country convener Oliver Barker-Vormawor a 2 million Ghana cedi bail in the case of treason felony brought against him. The bail term is also supposed to be accompanied with 2 sureties, one of whom must submit documents of landed property to the court. This comes after his lawyers filed an application to the High Court following his arrest on February 11, 2022.
One of the #Fix the Country movement conveners, Barker-Vormawor, was remanded into police custody after being charged with treason felony on Monday, February 14, 2022. Barker-Vormawor was arrested at the Kotoka International Airport on his arrival from London and was subsequently detained by the Tema Regional Police Command in connection with a post he allegedly made on Facebook. Barker-Vormawor's arrest is about a social media post where he threatened to stage a coup if the e-levy currently under consideration in Parliament is passed into law. The Tema High Court today has granted #Fix the Country convener Oliver Barker-Vormawor a 2 million Ghana cedis bail in the case of treason felony brought against him. The bail term is also supposed to be accompanied with 2 sureties, one of whom must submit documents of landed property to the court. During his court appearance on February 14, 2022, the presiding judge, Hannah Elinor Barnes, said she does not have the jurisdiction to grant bail to the accused due to the nature of the offense. The bail application was filed at the High Court following the refusal of the Magistrate Court to grant him bail on grounds of lack of jurisdiction relative to the charges he was being pressed with. At its last sitting on the application, counsel for Barker-Vormawor, led by lawyer Akoto Ampao, argued that the evidence of a statement shared by the activist in a Facebook post does not support the charges referred against him by the state. According to the defense counsel, the post, which his clients threatened to do the coup himself if government proposed a 1.5% levy on electronic transactions as passed into law, was only a conditional statement. Lawyer Koto Ampao, during the court sitting on March 16, 2022, reiterated his argument while maintaining that his client in no way poses flight risk. According to him, despite the offensive nature of his client's actions, his lawyers believe his right to liberty must not be unduly clouded with a demand for justice. Delivering the judgment on Wednesday, March 16, 2022, presiding judge Justice Daniel Mensah directed that the accused presents himself to the police once a week on the day scheduled by the police. He also ruled that the passport of Barker-Vormawor must remain with the police. This was after the prosecution, represented by Hilda Craig, requested that the bail conditions be set to ensure that the accused returns for trial. State prosecutors also requested that the bail be set with justification owing to the severity of the case and the punishment.
And this is a developing story. To find more updates on it, you can visit our website on www.adwanisonline.com. Now, the Golden Star Resources, a member of the Chifeng Gold Group of the Ghana Chamber of Mines, on the 16th March 2022, donated an amount of $200,000 to as their contribution towards the reconstruction and rehabilitation of the Apieti community, which was raised by fire a little over a month ago. In a short speech before the presentation of their donation, the chairman of Golden Star Resources and executive president and director of Chifeng Gold Group, Mr. Cheng Ziyong Kevin, said they all were aware that nothing can bring back the lives lost or erase the memories of that day, but their donation is just a little they can offer to assist and ease the burden of residents and survivors.
The Golden Star Resources, a member of the Chinfeng Gold Group of the Ghana Chamber of Mines, has on 16th March 2022 donated an amount of $200,000 as a contribution towards the reconstruction and rehabilitation of Apiachi community, which was razed down a little over a month ago. In a short speech before the presentation of their donation, the chairman of Golden Star Resources and executive president and director of Chinfeng Gold Group, Mr. Cheng Zing Yang Kevin, said they are well aware that nothing can bring back the lives lost or erase the memories of that stay, but their donation is just the little they can offer to assist and ease the burden of residents and survivors. He opined that Chinfeng Gold, being new owners of Golden Star Resources and as players in the mining industry in Ghana, it would not be proper for us to sit unconcerned when a tragedy of this magnitude affected the industry. Therefore, with the support of the Ghana Chamber of Mines, of which we are a member, we are here with $200,000 to support the work of the ministry to rebuild Apiachi. He added that their donation is also in line with the environment, social and governance focus as a company, and though not under pleasant circumstances, it shows their continued support to the mining industry as well as the people of Ghana. Mr. Cheng Zing Yang Kevin applauded the ministry and support fund for the structured manner in which the situation is being handled, adding that the lessons learned will guide the industry in high-risk material transportation practices in the spirit of continuous improvement. Reverend Dr. Joyce Rosalind Ayi, the chairman of the Apiachi Support Fund Committee, in her remarks said she's elated about the enormous support the Chinfeng Group has provided since the incident occurred, citing the Dodumasi structure embarked for the temporary resettlement of the people of Apiachi as an example of the tangible support the Chinfeng Group has offered. In expressing her gratitude, Madam Joyce promised that the monies donated will be dispensed with high standard of transparency and accountability. We are also grateful for how you've shown a lot of support right when the incident occurred, and we promise to put your monies to right use, dispersing it with utmost transparency and accountability, she said.
In July 2021, Adoa News brought to the attention of viewers the story of a 2-year-old Gabriel Kojo-Nyamiche who was suffering from a condition popularly known as holding heart. And in order to correct the defect, doctors were requesting for $9,000, an amount the family couldn't afford. The good news is that after airing the story, Adoa TV was able to garner the needed amount through the benevolence of our cherished viewers, and Gabriel Kojo-Nyamiche has successfully undergone the surgery. There's more on the following report.
I am pleading with all benevolent individuals to come to our aid.
$9,000.
Doctors are requesting for $9,000, an amount the family cannot raise. Kindly come to my aid. I can't think of losing Gabriel.
So if you would recall, sometime last year in 2021, we heard the story of 2-year-old Gabriel Kojo-Nyamiche, who has been diagnosed with a defect popularly known as hole in heart, of which doctors at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital were demanding for $9,000 to correct this defect, an amount the family was unable to raise. But thankfully, after airing the story on our network, both on social media and on TV, by your benevolence and support, we were able to raise the $9,000. And also thanks to Samuel Amotoben Foundation, who also supported massively in that regard. And I'm here to tell you another good story, because young Gabriel Kojo-Nyamiche has successfully undergone the surgery to correct this defect, and that is him you see behind me. We are the National Cardiothoracic Center here at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital. It's just fulfilling and with all joy to know that you are part of this success story. Abigail Atinka is the mother of Gabriel Kojo Yameche, and she was full of joy as she expressed on behalf of the family sincere appreciation to all those who donated to ensure a successful surgery was performed.
I am extremely grateful to all who supported to ensure the successful surgery of my son. May God richly bless you all. All hope was lost, but thankfully, my son is fit now.
Madam Margaret Mensah is little Gabby's grandmom.
All hope was lost when my grandson was diagnosed of hole in heart.
But
with the of benevolence, my grandson's defect has been corrected. May God replenish whatever was donated to support this cause.
She further expressed profound gratitude to management of Adoa Television for telling Gabriel Kojo Yameche's story.
I am most grateful to Adoa TV for the massive support throughout our trying moments, for highlighting our situation that has yielded this positive result.
Meda Adoa TV phone na se penifoni na nyame hyiram se ma ye ba ye beka ya asem no mo nja ya jeje mu omuka ye ho so ye ba hospital ni adi na mo a nyame hyiram no nya makoma so di ni na mamo nyame ma edwuma ni nya kese mba adwene nti ase so.
Isaac Otu reporting for Adoa News, Kolebu Teaching Hospital, Accra.
And this is good news, and a big thank you to all who were able to support this worthy cause. We hope that little Gabby continues to live stronger and stronger to become a better person in the country. Moving on, the United States Navy brass band upon the arrival in Ghana have played for about 3 underprivileged schools in the Jamestown area. The musical event is a celebration that is held to strengthen the bond between the United States and Ghana, particularly on military cooperation, and this also includes 32 countries.
Speaking in an interview, a saxophonist from the United Navy Forces, musician First Class Ken Grover, highlighted the rationale behind their performance in Ghana, particularly Jamestown here in Accra.
So we're here supporting Obengame Express. It's really a celebration between the United States and Ghana about military cooperation and our partnership between those two nations. Obengame Express, it's 32 countries supporting each other to strengthen maritime security in this region. And it's just been an incredible experience to be a part of it. And it's just the power of music, really. I mean, the fact that we can come out here, I've never met any of these people in my life before, but because of music, I've formed friendships today, and it's really a beautiful thing just to see people from these two different countries coming together.
He, however, expressed the joy he feels seeing these wonderful children dance to the tunes of their instruments, a memory he stated he will forever cherish.
I saw a kid do a backflip. I cannot do a backflip, but they were incredible. And it was amazing to be here to play with the kids. Music is just something that connects people, and to see those kids out there smiling and dancing, I mean, it's something I'm going to remember my whole life.
Accordingly, Mr. Louis Yeboah, founder and director for the Universal Wonderful Street Academy, also spoke to Adoa News about the initiative. He was optimistic that this will empower the children to see the diversity in music as well as the opportunities in culture.
For the children, it was something very, very new for them, and I think they were so much happy also to share their culture with the U.S. Navy band. It's my project called Universal Wonderful Street Academy that we volunteer to do this concert to also empower the people in the community and also children to see new music stuff in the world. And the Universal Wonderful Street Academy is all about, it's an NGO whereby we're taking the children through like non-formal education. We have classes from day nursery up to class 6. And if you are very good in your studies, we also take care of you. We make sure we push you to your junior high, senior high, and also even your university. I'm very, very proud about the U.S. Embassy and also the U.S. Navy band. It was very, very nice to welcome them in Jamestown, and we are very, very proud about the whole thing.
He subsequently expressed his gratitude to the U.S. Embassy in Ghana.
I think it's been very amazing, having the U.S. Embassy, collaborating with us to organize this event. I would like to thank the U.S. ambassador and also all his staffs who have been doing the work, and also the woman who is the cultural event director. I would like to appreciate them for the good work they have done, to able to bring their country people to come to Ghana to experience a different culture and also to share their culture with us as Ghanaians in Jamestown. We are so much proud of them.
And that's it for the local segment. We'll come with some more stories. Do stay with us.
Welcome aboard the safest airline in Africa. With industry-leading safety measures to protect your well-being. The first in Africa to earn a diamond standard of safety. Offering a more contactless, safe, and seamless experience. Delivered with a smile by Africa's first fully vaccinated crew. Creating special memories that bring the joy back to flying, so you can continue making memories with your loved ones. Book your flight with RwandAir today. RwandAir, the safest airline in Africa.
RwandAir, fly the dream of Africa.
Hi, welcome to Sonotech Lab. We work on a wide range of samples, blood, body fluids, and even samples like stool. We work with updated methods and sophisticated equipment just to bring you the most accurate results in the best time possible.
Blue City is a manufacturer and supplier of high-quality fashion accessories. We design and make quality bow ties, flying ties, lapel pins, ladies' brooches, fabric necklaces, African wares, and so much more for your weddings, schools, institutions, bands, choir, singing groups, individuals, and so many more. We use both African prints and foreign fabrics to make your beautiful accessories for you. Oh yeah! Contact us via call or WhatsApp or SMS on 0240-926-564. Locate us at Odoko Official Town opposite Emil's Preparatory School. Check us out on social media, Facebook and Instagram at Blue City Fashion. Blue City, creativity and style.
You're welcome back from the break. Member of Parliament for Damongo in the Savannah region and Minister for Natural Resources and Lands, Honorable Samuel Abdullahi Jinaport, today made a statement in Parliament on his own behalf and on behalf of chiefs and representatives of the Savannah region in the northern part of Ghana. Speaking before the House, the Member of Parliament highlighted the contributions of the region towards the fight of independence, about patriots who have served Ghana post and pre-independence, and also highlighted the investment opportunities, minerals and tourism sites situated in the region. He encouraged Ghanaians to visit the region.
Mr. Speaker, the Savannah region, as we all know, is one of the newest regions of our country, created by the Savannah Region Instrument 2019, CI 115, pursuant to Article 5.1 of our Constitution, with a landmass of 46,922 square kilometers. It is the largest region in the country in terms of land size, constituting 1/5 of the total land area of our country. There are over 30 different ethnic groups in the 7 municipal and district assemblies of the Savannah region. Mr. Speaker, though new, the contribution of indigenes of the Savannah region to the struggle for independence and the development of our nation post-independence is not spoken about enough. When Achilo Samuel William Bryman, father of the late Joseph Adam Bryman, or J.A. Bryman, as he is popularly called, had the opportunity to receive Western education as one of the first people of Northern Territories under the colonial government's policy of providing education to, quote, intelligent sons of chiefs, end quote, in the 1900s. He devoted his entire life to serving the nation in the then Post and Telegraph Department. It was also through the tenacity and persistent advocacy of the lives of Emmanuel Adama Mahama, also popularly referred to as E.A. Mahama, another proud son of the region and father of a former president of the Republic, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, that the colonial policy that compelled Northern students to wear smock while their colleagues from other parts of the colony could wear any clothes of their choice was abolished in the 1940s. Mr. Speaker, the Savannah region continues to contribute significantly to the socio-economic development of our country. The region hosts numerous tourist sites which are worth mentioning, especially as we celebrate our month of heritage. The famous 4,577 square kilometers Moli National Park within my beloved constituency of Damongo is home to more than 93 mammal species, including elephants, buffaloes, cobs, western headbears, roan antelopes, Difasa waterbuck, oribi, boho reedback, and red flank duikies, and rare and endangered species including the yellow-backed duiker, black and white colobus monkeys, leopards, and lions. The park is also home to some 334 bird species, 33 reptiles, 9 amphibian species, and some 120 butterfly species. The Royal Mausoleum for Gonja Kings at Mankuma in the Bole district, the Mars Grave at Gentlepe in the Sola Tuna Kalaba district, the Black and White Volta Confluence at Lochira in the Central Gonja district, the age-old inland salt industry and the smoke weaving center both in Daboya in the North Gonja district. Mr. Speaker, the Savannah region also presents a lot of investment opportunities. The agroecology of the region and the flat and gentle undulating nature of the land with tracts of lowland fertile valleys such as the Katanga Valley in East Gonja municipality, part of the Fumbisi Valley in the North Gonja district, and the Oti River Basin make the region suitable for large commercial and mechanized agriculture. Mr. Speaker, let me also take this opportunity once again to, on behalf of the chiefs and people, invite all of you as part of the Heritage Month of March to visit the Moli National Park and the various tourist sites in the Savannah region to reconnect with nature and distress from the daily hurly-burly of life in the cities and towns.
Now, Minister for Justice and Attorney General Godfrey Dame has hinted that investigations are ongoing over the accidental discharge of a firearm by prison officer Stephen Foley during a session presided over by Her Ladyship Justice Osei Mafo, answering to a question presented by a Member of Parliament for Medina constituency, Honorable Francis Xavier Susu, on measures taken to ensure that such events do not reoccur. The Minister for Justice says the Prison Service and the Ghana Police Service have adopted measures to ensure that officers are well trained and latched for such purposes.
Mr. Speaker, this charge clearly was accidental, and I'll proceed respectfully to set out the relevant matters that led to the discharge. The Speaker, at 11 a.m. on 23rd February 2022, the High Court Criminal Division 5, presided over by Her Ladyship Justice Lydia Osei Mafo, sitting at the Law Courts Complex, sat to hear the case Republic versus Samson Agato, aka Romeo, and then also Elvis Ogoji, Jeff Omosa, and Yusuf Yakub. One of the prison wardens, Stephen Foley, who escorted the accused persons to court, had his weapon accidentally discharged. The registrar of the court immediately informed the court manager, who informed the head of police at the court complex, Chief Inspector Olivia Cedro. Cobra Stephen Foley, who had injured his ankle in the process, was rushed to a judicial service clinic on the ground floor to receive treatment. The matter was then reported to the Ministry's police station. 3 officers of the Criminal Investigations Department, CID, were immediately dispatched to begin investigations and gather the relevant evidence. The CID officers are Detective Inspector Isaac Opare, Detective Sergeant CP Dako, and Private Constable Solis Abli. The corridors in the courtroom were cordoned off accordingly. The matter was reported to His Lordship the Chief Justice and the Judicial Secretary. His Lordship immediately directed that a press statement be issued to allay the fears of the public. The following day, 24th February 2022, His Lordship the Chief Justice notified the Minister for National Security about the incident. An officer of the National Investigations Bureau, the NIB, was immediately dispatched to begin investigations. The Director General of the Prison Service also met with His Lordship the Chief Justice and an officer from the NIB at the Law Court Complex on 24th February 2022. He informed the Chief Justice that the investigations were underway, even though preliminary indications pointed to the fact that the incident clearly was an accident. Certain safety measures have been adopted since then. Currently, 3 institutions, the Police Service, the Prison Service, and the NIB, are investigating the matter, and the Judicial Service has requested recommendations on measures to take to avoid the recurrence of the incident. In the meantime, all court warrant officers have been directed to inspect sidearms and guns of officers entering the court to ensure that weapons held by them are securely latched. Further, prison officers are also undergoing training by the Prison Service in the handling of live firearms and ammunition in and around the courtrooms. Copies of the reports from the ongoing investigations and the measures adopted by the Judicial Service thereafter will be made known as soon as they become available. The Speaker indeed have copies of the incident report, the letter to the Minister for National Security, and the press statement issued by the Judicial Service accordingly. And if necessary, I'll submit them to the Honorable House. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
You're still watching the evening news bulletin at 6 p.m. There's more. Coming up is business.
Welcome to Sonotech Lab. We work on a wide range of samples, blood, body fluids, and even samples like stool. We work with updated methods and sophisticated equipment just to bring you the most accurate results in the best time possible.
In our first story in business, the Institute for Energy Security is appealing to government to fast-track intervention in the rising fuel prices at the pumps to cushion consumers against hardship following an expected increase in fuel prices at the pumps beginning today, March 16, 2022. According to the energy think tank, the hikes in fuel prices have impacted negatively on the cost of living of consumers and households, with inflationary pressures hitting businesses in the country. Oil marketing companies are set to implement a new round of steep price hikes beginning Wednesday, 16th March 2022. This is due to mainly the fall in the value of the cedi against the US dollar and international oil prices.
The Institute for Energy Security is appealing to the government to fast-track intervention in the rising fuel prices at the pumps to cushion consumers against hardships following an unexpected increase in fuel prices at the pumps beginning today, March 16, 2022. According to the energy think tank, the hikes in fuel prices has impacted negatively on the cost of living of consumers and households, with inflationary pressures hitting businesses in the country. Oil marketing companies are set to implement a new round of steep prices hikes on Wednesday, March 16, 2022. This is due to the mainly fall in the value of the cedi against the United States dollar on the international oil market. This is due to the mainly fall in the value of the cedi against the United States dollar and international oil prices. According to the IES, if government fails to intervene, the prices of petrol and diesel will soon move to 10 Ghana cedis per litre, citing since the beginning of the year, prices of petrol and diesel have gone up more than 3 times per litre. Since the beginning of the year, prices of petrol and diesel have gone up by more than 3 Ghana cedis per litre.
Bank of Ghana has for some time now been cautioning the public against fraudulent investment schemes. Bank of Ghana has ordered Spectra Technologies, owners of Dash app, to cease operations after the payment software provider raised $32.8 million in oversubscribed seed to expand operations. The investment is to help digital payment networks across Africa interoperate and to aid it develop MasterCard and Visa-style intermediary services for mobile payment wallets across the continent.
The Central Bank of Ghana has for some time now been cautioning the public against fraudulent investment schemes. The BOG has ordered Spectral Technologies, owners of Dash app, to cease operations after the payment software provider raised $32.8 million in oversubscribed seed to expand its operations. The investment is to help digital payment network across Africa interoperate and to aid it develop MasterCard and Visa-style intermediary services for mobile payment wallets across the continent. But in a letter dated 9th March 2022, the BOG ordered the Spectral Technologies to cease operating its Dash app, the payment platform services, due to lack of regulatory approval from the central bank. All other fintech companies that deals with Dash app have also been directed to halt operations until regulatory approval is granted. The central bank said in the letter that it has come to its attention that though the Dash app Spectral Technologies was offering services such as wallet creation, cross-border payment, holding of float balance, as well as bill and utility payment without requisite approval, BOG has also reminded the company that offering payment services in the country without a license is an offense under Section 91 of Act 987. Dash app, which has been operating in Ghana since 2019, was founded by Prince Boache to connect digital wallets cross networks to facilitate payments both locally and across borders. At the moment, Dash has integrated 6 wallets of the said 200 plus wallets. The 6 has been completed in Kenya and Ghana. Dash app said that its approach was borrowed from the likes of Alipay, but was originally in its own way. It was building value-added services on top of the product.
Concerned Drivers Association of Ghana has given government a one-week ultimatum to have the price of petrol reduced. The drivers contend the 8.44 Ghana cedi mark per litre of petrol is highly abnormal and causing unbearable hardship on them, hence the call. They have threatened failure to head to this call will see members of the association, including their allies such as GPRTU, Cooperative, Protoa and cargo drivers, mass up and block the entrances of the President's Nima residence to prevent him from going out. Yes, that action is just one out of many radical demonstrations we'll embark upon to press on the President to have the prices reduced, as we are considering also the blocking of all major roads with our vehicles, the association said in a statement on Wednesday. Prices of petroleum products are expected to shoot up by at least 5% from Wednesday, March 16, 2022, the Institute for Energy Security has projected. The IES said the price of liquefied petroleum gas will go up by 3%, whereas petrol and diesel would go up by 5% and 9% respectively. And that's it for business. Up next is sports. To stay with us.
Blue City is a manufacturer and supplier of high-quality fashion accessories. We design and make quality bow ties, flying ties, lapel pins, ladies' brooches, fabric necklaces, African wares, and so much more for your weddings, schools, institutions, bands, choir, singing groups, individuals, and so many more. We use both African prints and foreign fabrics to make your beautiful accessories for you. Oh yeah! Contact us via call or WhatsApp or SMS on 0240-926-564. Locate us at Odoko Official Town opposite Emils Preparatory School. Check us out on social media, Facebook and Instagram at Blue City Fashion. Blue City, creativity and style.
Welcome aboard the safest airline in Africa. With industry-leading safety measures to protect your well-being. The first in Africa to earn a diamond standard of safety. Offering a more contactless, safe, and seamless experience. Delivered with a smile by Africa's first fully vaccinated crew. Creating special memories that bring the joy back to flying, so you can continue making memories with your loved ones. Book your flight with RwandAir today. RwandAir, the safest airline in Africa.
RwandAir, fly the dream of Africa.
Hi, my name is Matthias Domlan, lead radiographer at Sonotech Medical Center. Together with my colleague radiographers, our role is to produce high-quality digital X-rays, CT scans, MRI scans, and the use of other imaging modalities to assist radiologists and other medical professionals to monitor, diagnose, and treat patient injury or illnesses.
Welcome back to the sports segment. Damon Hill has warned not to write off Mercedes' hopes for the 2022 Formula One season despite the reigning Constructors' Champion struggles in testing last week. Speaking ahead of the season opening Baham Grand Prix, which will start this weekend, 1996 world champion Damon Hill cautioned against reading too much into those performances in those testing sessions at the Sakir circuit.
Well, it looks like it, Tom. They looked very comfortable. They looked happy in the garage. They had reliability and speed. But you must never go on testing. You've got some information, you've got some clue, but it can be very misleading testing. We've seen in the past where Ferrari have gone very well in testing, and here we see a picture of Ferrari right on cue. They look very good, but what will happen when we get to qualifying? That's really going to be the test. So that's on Saturday evening when we'll see qualifying and the true pace of these cars. But then that doesn't answer the question either, because you've got to also factor in how these cars look after their tyres during a race. They can be quick in qualifying sometimes and not quick in the race. So it's going to be tight at the front. I think at least we can say that. I think, roughly speaking, we can see differences from the outside and as lay observers of these things. It's fascinating to see what they've done, because Ferrari have come up with a very different side pod shape. It looks like a big round kind of, some people have described it as a Yorkshire pudding or as one of those red cheeses that are surrounded by wax. It's a very round looking thing, whereas the Red Bull has got kind of scalloped shapes, and the air goes underneath the air intakes for the radiators on the side. Mercedes have gone completely differently. You can hardly see where the radiators are, and they've got almost a car that looks like a triangle, same as Williams do. So lots of different interpretations, and here we can see that kind of triangular shape you can see I just described of the car, and they're all playing with the way the air flows through the car, over the car, and to the back of the car to get to the wing and to get the most downforce, to make the air be more efficient over the body of the car. So it's lots of interpretations out there, new regulations. They've all been working very hard, but they come up with different ideas, which is brilliant for us.
The Confederation of African Football has granted a one-match approval for Babayara Sports Stadium in Kumasi to host the World Cup Qatar 2022 play-off match between Ghana and Nigeria. The approval comes after a CAF licensing inspector visited the Babayara Sports Stadium last Sunday to inspect the facility.
Over the weekend, officials of the Confederation of African Football Inspection Team were at the Babayara Sports Stadium and also visited the Cape Coast Stadium to inspect facilities for the World Cup qualifiers against Nigeria. In a letter signed by the Confederation of African Football Development Officer Raoul Chipenda and sent to the General Secretary of the Ghana Football Association, Prosper Harrison Addo, and copied to FIFA, CAF stated that reference to the CAF stadium inspection conducted to Babayara Sports Stadium for the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 African Qualifiers playoff round match, Ghana versus Nigeria, scheduled for the 25th of March 2022. Following the analysis of the report, CAF has granted a one-match approval for the use of Babayara Sports Stadium in the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 African Qualifiers playoff round match. Upon conclusion of the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 playoff round match, the stadium is automatically removed from the list of CAF-approved stadiums and will only be approved for any subsequent CAF or FIFA International Senior National Teams matches and CAF Men's Interclubs competitions following the implementation of all the CAF remarks. The letter further stated that the following conditions must be met before the match against Nigeria, which is installation of new international standard, modern and comfortable officials' benches at pitch level, adjustment of the floor light intensity, a minimum of 1,200 lux should be provided all over the pitch, covering uniformly every area of the playing field. Increase seating and lockers in the team's dressing room to reach 25 persons. Installation of completely new modern equipment and materials in the referees' dressing rooms and ensure that it is equipped with all the necessary materials and CAF requirements. Setup of water systems to provide both cold and hot water in the teams and officials' dressing room. General refurbishment of the CAF office, installation of modern desks and seats, including the necessary electronic and working equipment. Complete refurbishment of the media tribune, press conference room and media center, installing new and modern equipment in order to follow the progress of the above-mentioned works in the stadium. CAF will designate a stadium inspector to conduct an on-site assessment up till the day of the upcoming FIFA match. CAF again stated that there shall be an on-site stadium inspector to conduct further assessment of the facility until the day of the match, and in the event that the above-mentioned conditions are not met before the match, financial sanctions shall be imposed on Ghana. The Baba Yara Sports Stadium replaces Cape Coast Stadium, which was originally scheduled to host the match.
And that's it for the evening news bulletin for today. Before we go, a recap of the top stories. President Anastasia Baddoo has reiterated that Africa as a continent can only develop if democratic rule and peaceful transition of power is encouraged. Now, convener for the Fix the Country movement, Mr. Oliver Baka-Vomawo, has been granted a 2 million Ghana cedis bail today. The family of young Gabriel Kujonya say a thunderous thank you to our cherished viewers for donations towards little Gabby's successful colon heart surgery. And in business, the Institute for Energy Security is urging government to fast-track interventions to cushion fuel consumers as prices keep surging. And finally, in sports, the Baba Yara Sports Stadium in Kumasi has been confirmed as the pitch for the Ghana-Nigeria World Cup qualifier playoffs. And that's it for tonight. For more news, you can visit our website on www.tadwanewsonline.com. I am Anastasia Baddoo, and do have a good evening. Thanks for watching.